Ho Ting, perhaps you would like to continue?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all keeping cool. It's lovely to see you all. And before I start, Terry mentioned we're on the opposite ends of the spectrum of the age, but Terry, you have such a youthful spirit. And I remember going to retreats when I was like 10 years old, and Terry looks the exact same. Like she always looks amazing. And it's been many years, but Terry, you are as young as I am, I'm sure. Um, Good evening. I'm really happy to be able to share with you this lovely agenda we've got planned for you today. We're going to start off with a meditation delivered by the wonderful Brother Tianchi. We're very happy to have Brother here with us today, as well as Brother Loving Kindness, who is also on the call. It's such a gem to have your monastic presence guiding us in our practice, so thank you. And then after that, we're going to be celebrating this massive milestone. It's a big celebration, and we're happy to be sharing this joy with you today. We're going to have some music as well, live performance from Joe Holtaway. And then afterwards, we will have some project updates, and you can find out a bit more about what's been happening and what's going to happen. So without further ado, yeah, let's get right into it. Brother Tenchi, thank you. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. I'm really, really very happy to be with you this evening here. And this is really a moment to celebrate our togetherness. Yeah, I just wanted also to share that I'm here with Brother Loving Kindness. Hello, maybe we can greet him as well. And just very shortly to maybe to present myself just very quickly. I actually come from Bulgaria. I was ordained in 2018, and I had the chance to be in UK 2 years ago, and we had an amazing tour, and we could see many, many sanghas in the UK. And before we start with the guided meditation, I maybe just Brother Loving Kindness to have some words to present himself.
Hello. Um, yes, so I've just recently ordained. Um, so yeah, I'm just about 7 months ago now, and as you can probably hear my voice, I'm from England, and yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to know you all guys a bit better. Um, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. And my dear friends, let's take a moment to come back and check how we are doing. Maybe we can find comfortable position. Let's let's sit in such a way that our body is relaxed, but also straight, our back straight. Let's feel the contact with the chair. Let's feel the contact with the cushion. And we can allow a little bit to relax. We can bring our gentle attention to our feet, to connect with our feet, with our legs. We can connect with our lower back, with the back. We can connect with our shoulders. And maybe we would like to bring our shoulders a little bit backwards and down, so that our chest is open and free to breathe. We can bring our attention to our hands, to our arms, to the fingers, to our neck, to our head. We can allow ourselves to relax. We can allow the body to be heavy. We can connect with our eyes. We can bring a very gentle smile to our eyes. We can gently embrace with mindfulness our face. Relax our face. We can just dwell in perfect connection with our body and paying gentle attention on our breathing in, out. We relax in the experience of our breathing as it is. We just allow it to happen naturally. Breathing in, I know that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. In, out. Breathing in, I enjoy my in-breath from the beginning to the end. Breathing out, I smile to my breathing. Enjoy the breathing from the beginning to the end, smiling. Breathing in, I'm aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I relax my whole body. Aware of body, relax. Breathing in, I enjoy the stillness of this moment. Breathing out, I relax into peace, enjoying the stillness, relax. Breathing in, I enjoy the wonders of life all around me. Breathing out, I enjoy the wonders of life inside of me. Wonders all around, wonders inside. Breathing in, I arrive in the here and in the now. Breathing out, I feel at home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I feel home. Breathing in, this is a wonderful moment. Breathing out, I enjoy this wonderful moment. Thank you everyone. So you can massage gently your face or your knees if you have the need. Yeah, I give the word to the speakers who will continue.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That was beautiful, brother. You held that just so beautifully and preciously. Really happy to be practicing with you today, and I could really feel the collective Sangha energy as well. So very grateful. And now we are delighted to celebrate the purchase of Avonhall. This is such a milestone, and I would just love to welcome our beloved trustee Jonathan to take us through this moment together. Thank you.
Oh, good evening. Thank you, Ho Ting, and thank you, brother, for that meditation. This has been very helpful to me. So yes, it's a wonderful moment to celebrate actually signing the contracts. We signed the contracts on the 20th of June, so just 9 days ago. And that means we've exchanged the contracts so that we've secured Avonhall, which will then become our practice centre for our community in the UK. And I realised actually this is the 21st Being Peace Sangha Evening that we've had. The first of them was on in April 2022. So I think many of you have been following us for the last about 3 years, isn't it, that we've been having these evenings together. So I think you will know, many of you will know the recent history of the project. So as Terry said, Ty's vision was in 1997 at a Starbridge retreat to establish a practice centre for the UK. And looking back at the records, I can see that fundraising started right back in those early days. And by 2007, there were sufficient funds collected. And the trustees at the time decided that rather than keeping the money in the bank, they would purchase a small property as our first retreat centre. And that was Being Peace Cottage that we bought in Dorset. And we bought that in September of 2008. And but the fundraising for the centre continued. And in fact, looking back at the records, I can see that the monthly contributions that people give started a year earlier from buying the cottage. And in September or August, I think it was 2007. And we still have a number of supporters, dear supporters, who have contributed a donation every month since 2007. Which is quite incredible. I mean, the support for this project over the years has been outstanding. So that's 18 years, I think, that we've had continuous donations coming in. So that's really wonderful. The next time when we sort of relaunched the project in a big way was back in 2018. And some of you may remember, we actually looked at a property called Plasmeni in Wales back in that time. That's 7 years ago now. And we actually launched the monthly fundraising, relaunched, if you like, back at that time. And we still have many people, thank you so much, who signed up for monthly donations back in 2018 and 19. And those continue as well. So that was wonderful. So that was like a relaunch of the project. And that's about when we formed the steering circle. The steering group and the sharing circle, and Terry was instrumental all the way through in supporting and leading that steering circle. So in fact, the steering group started 7 years ago now, quite a long time. And in fact, the steering group continued till early last year, and then we moved to a different model where we have a delivery team to deliver the project because we've stepped up a gear since then. So we took the decision then 2022, knowing that we were really looking now for a bigger centre, to actually sell the cottage. And we finally sold the cottage in 2023. And so that was therefore the funds for that we added to the funds that we were collecting for our bigger centre. And then it's only just over a year ago that we launched our big fundraising campaign, the public fundraising campaign. I think it was about March or April last year. And since then, I mean, people have been so generous, the donations have flooded in, so that by the end of last year, we'd reached round about £2.6 million in the bank and with some friendly loans. So we were well on the way. And then earlier this year, we realized that we were about £1 million short to secure Avonhall. So in late February, we launched a specific campaign, I'm sure you're all aware of that, where we set out to raise £1 million by the 16th of April. I think many of us felt that might not happen. It seemed such a big ask. But thanks to the generosity of so many people and a member of our community who underwrote the matching for up to £500,000, for which we're truly grateful, we actually achieved £1 million a few days before the 16th of April. So we were then on the path to actually securing Avonhall. And then since then, there's been a lot of work, of course, to get to the point where we could sign the contract. It's quite a complicated procedure. And we've had a wonderful team of people. It's an enormous number of people working with us to make this happen. The delivery team, advisors, and so on. So just remind you, but if I share the screen of, and this is not all of the people, but there's the trustees and the delivery team. So just to show how many people have been involved in this project, and our advisors. So it's a massive effort, and we're so grateful for everyone in this team. And yeah, it's just we're so grateful, like a deep bow of gratitude to all. It's just wonderful. And I hope to see many of you there next year sometime. So at this point, maybe I'd hand over. Terry, do you want to say a few words? Having been involved since the beginning?
That's a bit dangerous, Jonathan, isn't it? You know I'm a storyteller. I'll keep it.
Yes, well, a 1 minute or 2 minute story would be wonderful.
Well, I just wanted to say, I thought I'd say, with the reason we begun these Sangha evenings is because we always were aware from the beginning that it's the people in our community who need to feel that that the centre is theirs for them, and so we decided to have evenings for practice as well as information and updates and slides and spreadsheets and all the rest of it, that the evenings should be practice, and that the Being Peace Sangha, all of you who are a member of this Sangha, feel that you own the centre, and that you're also there for a really important role in being consulted all the way along the way, that we knew we needed to bring the Sangha with us, and also that you're there for our kind of the people that are working, and it hasn't stopped. The work still goes on, plans, taking inventories and things, and our newest trustee will talk about that. But I think that's enough. If there is any time later on, I remember on one of the very early evenings finding Simon Armitage had written a poem about a plum tree, that if there is time to share it during this evening, I would love to share it with you. Bowing out.
Thank you, Terry. That's wonderful. I want to know at this stage, would you like to say something about this? The delivery team has been absolutely magnificent in doing the work to get to this stage. So, perhaps Noah, you'd like to say a word or two?
Sure, Noah bowing in. I just feel really delighted to be at this stage. And it feels like this project has been built on 20 years of intentions and more intentions before that. I see Dave Tester's in the room tonight, and he has this little piece he's written on when he was talking with Ty in the waiting room at Gatwick Airport about the centre one time. And I know Terry was there when the centre idea was announced. So it feels like the ground for this and the cornerstone has been laid for years and years and years. And this is our centre now, and we will pass it on to the next generation. So we hold the baby for a while, and there will be people being recruited. There'll be a largely different team next year. There'll be new trustees coming in, and old trustees continuing. And it really, I'm gobsmacked, really. I mean, the things that not everybody sees, the amount of dedication, particularly our trustees, have put in beyond what could have ever been reasonably expected from them as a volunteer role over the last year. And the amount of dedicated volunteers and these incredible generous donations, but also these incredible pieces of Sangha buildings. Sangha building, we have 100 Sanghas in this country. And so this is our center, really. And I hope we can feel that, and I hope we can remember the name Being Peace and learn from that and keep coming back to that.
Thank you, Noah. So I'll pass back to Hote. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Dear Terry, I wonder if we could invite a sound of the bell for us to all really sit with this joy for a second. Thank you. Terry, you might be on mute. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, dear Sangha, dearest friends, I have the absolute joy of introducing Joe Holtaway. Perhaps he doesn't need introduction to this group, but we are so happy for him to be our special guest of the night to offer some beautiful music and a performance in our celebration. Joe is a wonderful dear friend of Plum Village, an activist. He runs an amazing podcast. He does things with Wake Up, a true composer, true artist, and also just like a really cool guy. So I'd love to invite him now. And yes, please enjoy. Thank you so much.
Hi, friends. It's lovely to be with you. And thank you for that introduction, Hotin. You made me blush a little bit. Yeah, so lovely to be here. Yeah, been with the Sangha for, I think, it's been coming up to 13, 14 years or something. And it's always, it's felt like a home right from the beginning, I think. And music's very much been a part of that. And I wanted to, I got the space, I think, to sing you two songs. So one of a Plum Village song and a song of my own. Just gonna make sure you can hear this, so you can give me the thumbs up, I guess. It's coming through, yeah, good. So I think I've Arrived would be a nice one to do. So we know the words. We'll sing it through a few times. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. And I am solid, and I am free, and I am solid, and I am free. In the ultimate I dwell, in the ultimate I dwell. Again, again. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. And I am solid, and I am free. I am solid, and I am free. In the ultimate I dwell, in the ultimate I dwell. Just going to invite us to close our eyes if that feels comfortable, or just lower the gaze, and then we can hum it together. Here we go. Okay, lovely. So that one for you. So I'm going to put some lyrics in the chat box, and this is a song that was written at the EIAB. So I've been doing arts retreats there for a number of years with my friend Larissa Masbo, and one of the workshops that we do there is a songwriting workshop. So we get people just to come up with lines, and then we kind of put those lines together and we come up with something every time. And this was quite a few years ago we came up with this song, and it was themed on kind of home and what the Sangha means, and then we looked at different metaphors around what it means to be open, what it means to be colourful and alive. And yeah, we felt that in our community as we do in those arts retreats, and I'm sure we will feel the same. We're going to bring the retreat to the Being Peace Centre next year, and yeah, it really speaks to me of, it was written by Sangha, and it speaks to me of Sangha, and yeah, so I'll sing each of the lines through, and you can join in with me when you feel comfortable, or you can just shut your eyes, you can lie down, you can do whatever you want. So it goes. Our love is an open book. Our love is an open book. Alive in these pages, our love is an open book. Okay, sing that one. Our love is an open book. Our love is an open book. Alive in these pages, our love is an open book. Our love is colourful, and our love is colourful. Our love is colourful, bright as a rainbow. Our love is colourful. That one again. Our love is colourful. Our love is colourful, bright as a rainbow. Our love is colourful. And it goes, oh, our love. Oh, our love. Oh, our love. Our heart is a beating drum. Our heart is a beating drum. Our heart is a beating drum. Listen to the rhythm. Our heart is a beating drum. Our heart is a beating drum. Our heart is a beating drum. Listen to the rhythm. Our heart is a beating drum. Warm to touch, and our heart is warm to touch. Our heart is warm to touch. Warmth of the ages. Our heart is warm to touch. On again. And our heart is warm to touch. Our heart is warm to touch. Warmth of the ages. Our heart is warm to touch. Oh, our heart. And oh, our heart. And oh, our love. And oh, our love. Freestyle humming. I'm imagining the harmony. And these hands are a safety net. These hands are a safety net. Blood, skin and bones. These hands are a safety net. These hands are a safety net. These hands are a safety net. Blood, skin and bones. These hands are a safety net. And oh, these hands. And oh, a heart. And oh, our love. All right, thank you very much. Real pleasure to sing with you, and here's to more of that for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm sure the crowd goes wild. Everyone, please send another round of flowers for Joe. That was absolutely wonderful. I'm smiling so much my cheeks hurt. Is anyone else feeling? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. This is just such a wonderful moment, and we're just so happy that we could share this with you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. So, dear friends, we're now going to move on to our project updates section. There's a lot to tell you about what's been happening and what's going to happen next. So I'm actually going to ask Jonathan to come back just to give us a little update about the trustee body. So thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you so much, Ho Ting, and thank you, Joe. That was absolutely wonderful. So just talking about the trustees, yes. So 3 of the trustees stepped down in May. That was Jan Hempsel, Miles Dunmore, and William Robinson. And I'd like to express our real gratitude for those trustees. But also I want to express gratitude for all the trustees. So that's Esteban, Fong, Angie, and Philip, because it's been fantastic working with them all. And I'd also like to mention at this stage Lisbeth, because Lisbeth actually held the Being Peace role for the trustees when we were just a band of 5 trustees for several years. So a big bow of gratitude also to Lisbeth for what she did for us then. And it gives me great pleasure actually to say that we've just recruited and appointed a new trustee. That's Alison Fraser. When I first became a trustee back in 2014, Ali was a trustee at that time as well. So I've worked with Ali before, and Ali was one of the founding trustees of the charity back in 2002. So I'd like to welcome Ali, and maybe Ali'd like to say a few words.
Thank you. I hope you can all hear me. I'm afraid my Wi-Fi is a little unstable, so if I disappear, it's not because I don't love you all dearly. So yes, I'd like to say how happy I am to be a trustee again. And what an exciting moment to arrive. I mean, wow. So we're really literally laying the foundations of our wonderful centre now, aren't we? So it's a great time to join. And maybe just to say a little bit about me, I spent a lot of my working life in local government and finished up as a chief exec of a large unitary council. So I think one of the reasons they wanted me is that maybe I know a little bit about governance. And I think that kind of points to where we are now. We really need some new trustees, not just me. And we need people from right across the Sangha, but we need good legal people, financial people, HR people, property people, safeguarding people. So please, queue up and join us. We need you. You need to have taken the 5 mindfulness trainings or be willing to do so and commit to them. But why wouldn't you? That's how we all want to live, isn't it? So, but please, if you want to phone up any of the trustees to ask about it, please do. But just like with me, this is such an exciting time to join and to really move forward with this. On a personal note, I was I wasn't with Terry, but I was with my family and my son at the Stourbridge retreat in '97. I actually took my 5 mindfulness trainings from Thai there on the 30th of March. And my son took the 2 promises. And we were very excited about this Being Peace Centre that was going to happen imminently. Well, it's here now. And now I live a quieter life around Stratford-on-Avon and part of the Oxford Sangha, a little bit the Coventry Sangha. We've got a Daffodil OI Sangha. So that's a little bit about me. But more importantly, reaching out to you, I've stepped forward. Please, others step forward. So Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. And maybe you won't have quite such a quiet time going forward. We'll see. We're really entering a new phase. You know, we've acquired a property, and now the next phase is building a practice centre. Because we're going to have a resident team there actually holding the practice for us in the centre. So we have sorts of exciting future to look forward to. I'd also like to welcome back Nick. Nick took a short break and has come back now as Director for Communications and Fundraising, because fundraising will still continue as we move to the future. So Nick, with you, if you'd like to make a few words, I'd be lovely to hear from you.
Certainly, thank you very much, Jonathan. And it's wonderful to be back with everyone. And I think the only thing I want to add to what has been shared is a sense of the vastness of energy around this project. And that's something we really see in the fundraising and communications, the scale of community now. And the fact that on this call there are over 220 people. I think 18 months ago the numbers were maybe more like sort of maybe 30 or something like that, or so. And a sense of this project being part of I mean, I think of it as a global current of energy. I spent 4 years of my life living in Plum Village, and I've seen there week in, week out, this engine of transformation, this flow of humanity coming through. And this project is happening because so many thousands of people want it to happen. And not just because it's a beautiful project, but because it genuinely speaks to the challenges of our times as individuals and collectively as a society. So it's incredibly exciting for all of us to be here at this point where it's coming into manifestation, and a very exciting phase ahead as we look to do that and open that to the world in the most beautiful way we can. So I'm very happy to be back with the team and looking forward to continuing with everyone. Thank you, Jonathan. Back to you.
Thank you, Nick. That's wonderful. And the other thing I'd like to say is that we've appointed Noah as a project director going forward, and he's looking after a magnificent and enthusiastic delivery team. We have so much talent in different areas, and Noah, perhaps you'd like to say a word or two about the delivery team, but they've done a fantastic job over the last couple of years to get us to the point where we are now. There's so much to consider in terms of planning, et cetera, going forward as well. So Noah.
Bowing in again. It's a really, I love working with this team. I love working with the volunteers that we have, and everyone is so dedicated. The delivery team is around 10 people, about 4 full-time equivalent people. So lots of people doing a day a week, but also lots of volunteers, property, communications, fundraising. There's so much going on, but it really feels like we're just holding this project for now, and we will pass it forwards to other people, and we just have this. It's really wonderful to see everything from the inside for a little while. So yeah, I just feel grateful for the kind of big network that is this project, really.
Thank you so much, Noah, and thank you to the whole of the delivery team. The other thing I'd like to mention about the trustees is that Philip Croton, who looks after our IT and infrastructure, which we all depend on, has said he's going to stand down as a trustee at the AGM in October. So I'm pleased to say that we're appointing Jake Hoban as his replacement. So that's another trustee coming on board. And Philip has done, again, a magnificent job holding our IT infrastructure together. He took the job on from Gareth Williams, who really introduced us to a lot of the IT infrastructure that we now use. So great gratitude to Philip, who will be standing down at the AGM and to welcome Jake Hoban, who will be joining us very, very shortly. So that's where we are on the trustees and the delivery team. And I think it's a very solid foundation to move forwards. And I'm really pleased about that. So thank you so much, everyone. And I'll pass back to Ho Ting. Thank you, Ho Ting.
Thank you, Jonathan. Amazingly done, as per usual. I'd now like to invite Esteban, another one of our beloved trustees, to talk a little bit about the Interim Spiritual Guidance Council, which has been a recent group that's been set up. So, Esteban.
Dear friends, dear Sangha. Yeah, I've been a trustee since last year. I was first involved in the Being Peace Project back in 2018. And so arriving at this moment feels Myanmar? Yes. Feels like a long time in the making. But as Jonathan's historical recap showed, I've only been involved in the last part of the journey. But of course, in some ways, in many ways, this is just the beginning. And so I liked Noah's analogy of the Being Peace Center being at the stage of the baby, because baby needs lots of care and lots of love. So I've been asked to say a few words about the creation of Interim Spiritual Council, which is guidance council, which is really there to help us give this baby lots of love and care. The body was set up at the beginning of May to really help us ensure that the spiritual foundations and the practices of the Plum Village tradition really at the heart of the Being Peace Practice Center, its development and operations once it's set up. It's a fourfold body made up of monastics, UK Dharma and aspirant Dharma teachers and Sangha members. And it was really very much created with being very intentional about representing the diverse voices within our Sangha. So I feel the trustees and the delivery team, we've both been really grateful for their presence and guidance. It's only beginning of this kind of body being set up, but already I think we're really grateful for their presence. As we move to this next phase of setting up the Being Peace Center, and as anybody who's been involved in Sangha building and Sangha projects know that not every moment is a happy moment along the way. Their spiritual guidance is there to help us all navigate these next steps. We've already had the joy of meeting with them a few times. And I feel personally, I feel their presence has already begun to offer us real meaningful support as we prepare for the journey ahead. I think we're all really grateful for this interim spiritual guidance council that's been set up. Thank you, everyone.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Esteban. And thank you for holding that practice so closely at the forefront of what we do here too. It's what it's all about. So thank you for that. And then finally, I'm going to pass back to Alison and Noah to talk about sort of what's coming next and where we're going to be heading.
I think we're both waiting for the other one to step in, but okay, I'll go first. So really, from my perspective, what I was saying, let's get some. It's like a relay. This is like a relay. It's a marathon relay, and hopefully the steps are mindful. But we need all the help we can get. So next steps for us really are. We've got to get that energy and skills in, because this is huge. This is huge. But looking at you all and knowing, how wonderful our community is, I know we have many of those skills. So please step into this space now to join us. And we need to, we need to do some boring things like structures and delegations and like write lots of documents and so on. But that's just to create the safety, so that this is a wonderful, well-run space. So that's kind of some of the things that we're around doing now. But more excitingly, so that's the trustees, we get the kind of grown up granny bits, if I can speak for myself. But in terms of the space and the place, as Nick was saying, this is our chance to really create a place of healing and peace and joy in our country, in our world. And goodness me, don't we need it? Don't we read it right now? And so hopefully Noah will say some of the things that we're doing. We've got to get those buildings up to spec. We need to get the work programs, look at the timing, look at the opening, but I'll hand all of that on to Noah. Lots to do, and we're really hoping that you can share your energy with us and help us do that, because we need everyone. We need everyone to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alison. Yeah, this has been a big year, and so thank you all for contributing to that. We have found and bought a retreat centre, and we've begun shaping the foundations for what's to come. And it's right that we go at the pace that we need to be mindful as a team and to do this with real care. So we are now entering a summer break to give us space to breathe and reflect and to bring in new trustees. And we want this evening tonight to be heart rather than head. So there will be many things to come. There will be recruitment to come. I'm sure there'll be a chance for us to gather on the site at some point in the coming months. I'm sure yeah. So do keep an eye on the mailing list for that. And we don't have a firm date for opening. I expect we'll open for retreats in early 2026, but we're still finalizing that. So we've waited since 1997. We're creating something beautiful as a wide community together. And we go into a summer break and we reground in our practice, and we reground with trustees, and we reground together as a community. And then we will come back in September, and very much look forward to continuing the journey with you then. And so, yes, we can look forward to retreats in 2026. And no, we don't have a firm opening date yet. And please keep an eye on our mailing list.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you, Alison. We've now concluded our project updates. That was so efficient. Truly an amazing delivery team. I'd love to invite Terry back. Oh, yes, Esteban, please.
Yeah, Ho-Ting, there's just maybe Jake's actually answered. There's just a question there about who should write if people want to contribute to the energy. I know the email goes to you, but I don't know what the email address is. Is it actually the contact us that they should be using?
Yes,
Or what's the
contact
best
form
way?
would be great, but I'll also drop in our inbox one in the chat there. Thank you so much. Yes, I look forward to reading all of your lovely emails. Wonderful. Yes, Terry, would it be okay if we invite another sound of the bell? And I'd love to hear the poem that you mentioned earlier. Thank you.
Dear respected Thai and dear community, as we were going through, I was thinking all these thanks. It's like a huge river of thanks, and that one thank you that we didn't quite get to was the fact that I can't remember exactly when it was, but our wonderful, all the brothers and sisters are wonderful, but I experience kind of national pride, which is really unusual for me. When I first learned that we had that Sister Annabelle was there, and that was a long time ago. But not suddenly, although it seemed suddenly to me, although the Plum Village monastics have known we've been doing this for a long, long, long time. We were advised in 2018, well, you go off and start a lay centre. We can't do anything at the moment, which is actually what I'd been saying all along. Let's just get a centre. We need a centre. But at some point, I think 2 years ago, maybe not quite, I'm not very good with chronology, the English monastics suddenly appeared and said, well, if you get a centre that's big enough, then we'll send you monks to live there for a few months every year. And I just know that that was a real catalyst for people's interest and for money to come in. So I want to offer my deep thanks to, of course, all of Plum Village. It couldn't be just a few, but especially to our English British brothers and sisters that came on board and started being much more in touch with us. And Phap Lai and Sister Tam Moy have actually come and visited the centre. So that's one thank you. And another very curious thing I had to be thinking about being grateful for is to the I made a joke and called it the coronavirus, but it was the coronavirus because of that, we had to really increase our online profile. We had to do all sorts of things online, which I know was a really gave a lot of impetus for more people knowing about our practice, more people joining sanghas, more people joining what we offered online. And the Native Americans always have a forked stick in front of their, well, some tribes, I don't know about all of them, they're like different nations, but certainly it's common that they have a forked stick in front of the teepee. And that means that there's always two sides to look at every happening. So there were amazingly some good things to come out of that pandemic, one of which was we grew our community by quite a lot. I think that was it. I was, and yeah. I've put down here what you can do, but I think that's already been said. So I know that people come to these evenings because they want to know what they can do, and Esteban and Ali and Jonathan have already said, you know, this is what you can do. So I keep getting a kind of popping in the tongue noise whenever anybody comes in. Esteban's raised his hand, so I better let him speak. He's a trustee. Good heavens. Okay, Esteban, go ahead.
Harry, dear sister, don't let me interrupt you. I just felt that like flutter in the heart of the sharing circle. One other thing that everybody can do to support us is when eventually the booking system goes out, please book yourself on a retreat. So it's a little early to say that, but already like sowing the seeds there, yeah, we will all contribute beautifully to the center, most by practicing there, going there with our sanghas, and going on weekends, going on week-long retreats. So look forward to seeing you there next year.
Well, I'll certainly be there. You wouldn't be able to keep me away. If I'm still alive, one of my favourite jokes was, I hope this happens in my lifetime. And when the doors open and we have our opening party, then I can say, yeah, it's happened in my lifetime if I'm still around. So we had I'm trying to think when it was that I think I was hosting an evening. And it was a celebration evening. I think it was a launch evening for fundraising. Yeah. And I didn't know what to offer that wasn't just, Plum Village songs or Rumi poems and amazingly in the newspaper that day, there was a new poem written by Simon Armitage. I think he's still our poet laureate. He might not be. And it seemed to me that this lovely poem about a plum tree, had a kind of metaphorical parallel with the journey that this project, and I don't want to call it a project anymore. It's there must be a better word. A project is something that, I don't know. Anyway, this is called Plum Tree Among the Skyscrapers by Simon Armitage. She's travelled for years through tangled forests and formal gardens, edged along hedgerows, set up her stall on tenanted farms, then moved on, restless, empty-handed sometimes with fruit in her arms. She's hopscotched through graveyards and parks, settled down in allotments, clung to a church roof by a toe. She's pitched camp on verges and hard shoulders, stumbled on threadbare moors above the tree line and slummed it on wasteland, but dug in on steep hillsides and rough ground. She was Queen of the May on a roundabout once, in a roundabout way. She's piggybacked across trading estates, hitched in a missel thrush beak, drifted with thistledown. She's thumbed a lift into town. Now, here she is, in a cracked slab in a city square, in a square mile, mirrored by glass and steel, dwarfed by money and fancy talk. Hand-me-down brush, pre-loved broom, to the paid-by-the-minute suits and umbrellas and lunchtime shoppers. She's a poor Cinderella, rootling about in potting compost of burger boxes and popped poppers. In that world, orchard and orphan are one and the same. But she's here to stay, plum in the middle, and today she's fizzing with light and colour, outshining the smug sculptures and blubbering fountains. Scented and powdered, she's staging a one-tree show with high-vis blossoms and lip gloss petals. She'll season the pavements and polished stones with something like snow. Thank you for allowing me to share that poem. It's a very beautiful poem, isn't it? And if we're at the end, I'm not sure whether there's anything else to go, but once we do get to the end, then I would like us to sing our Being Peace Sangha Evening anthem. We are all leaves with one tree. And so, Ho Ting, is that it? Are we there? We
Absolutely, Terry. Thank you. Take us home.
Okay. So I will lead it. You're muted, but please join in so that everybody can see everybody is joining in. And of course, if you like harmonizing and beatboxing or anything else like that, then go ahead. In the privacy of your own home, you can do what you like. We are all leaves of one tree. We are all leaves of one tree. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all leaves of one tree. We are all waves of one sea. We are all waves of one sea. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all waves of one sea. We are all stars sky. We are all stars in one sky. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all stars in one sky. We are all leaves of one tree. We are all waves of one sea. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all stars in one sky. There. So, I'm going to invite the bell to finish our evening, and just to offer a deep bow to you all for coming, and knowing that we're going to meet very soon. Yeah. It's not long away when we'll be able to meet in person at Being Peace. Meanwhile, make sure you're saved. Make sure you're signed up to our newsletters, and may your evening ahead be peaceful and happy, and your dreams be full of flowers.